This week on the Jock and Nerd podcast, it's all Star Wars and karate. We review Cobra Kai Season 4 and the second episode of the Book of Boba Fett on Disney Plus on this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Monday, January 10th, 2022.
This is Frank Grillo. You know me. But who are you? Are you the discerning, sophisticated type of person who enjoys all the latest comic book and superhero TV and movie news? Pop culture references, witty banter? Me neither. I'm just here for the dick jokes.
Check. Check one. All right. This is for all you fans out there. Let's give it up. Jockin', we nerdin'. We funny, disturbing. We jockin', we nerdin'. We spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, what's up, listener? Welcome to the Jock and Nerd podcast, where we give you comic book and superhero TV and movie news, reviews, and whatever we choose. Jock and Nerd. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the Nerd.
And joining us is a fella who smells like a bantha and sounds like a Tusken Raider. It's Rug Boy. What's up, Rugs?
That's my best Justin right here.
He's got a honk. He's gonna put.
Which one's the bantha?
Banthas is what the Tusken Raiders ride.
Like those big woolly things
Yes.
that they ride.
You got to imagine they don't smell great.
Oh, yeah.
Big woolly elephant mammoth.
Yes.
Yeah, they look like my butthole.
Yes. Guy's got a bantha butthole and makes
My bantha hole.
makes Tusken Raider sounds during sex. That's
Play
Ruck
the,
Boy.
I stick it up my asshole.
Oh.
I stick it up my asshole.
It's early,
there you
but
go.
there we
Oh.
go. I had
There you
another
go.
spot I was going to use that, and it actually comes up later in a comment. So great synergy there, Anthony. Let's just get to it. The Jock and Nerd podcast. We got two reviews this episode. We're going to start in the Star Wars universe, the Book of Boba Fett, Episode 2, this one titled Chapter 2, The Tribes of Tatooine. Here's your spoilers.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
This one, again, written by the Jon Favreau, and this one directed by Steph Green, who has directed a lot of fun episodes of some good shows like The Watchmen, Man in the High Castle, Luke Cage. She did an episode of Preacher, The Americans. So she has a lot of television experience. Anthony,
Yes.
what happened? Tell us in your best Star Wars awareness lingo. What happens in Chapter 2?
Boba Fett is trying to figure out who attacked him, and he's visiting the senator, right?
The mayor.
The mayor who has a trunk.
Well, it's
Or
his
nose?
It's his head. Yeah.
I don't know what that is. What the hell that was?
His mouths are on the side.
Oh,
Yes. And his eyes are
head
on
is-
top.
He's got like a snail head.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what alien that is in a second. Yes.
yeah, and he kind of figures out that there's more to this than meets the eye. And actually, my prediction last week came to be true already.
What was the prediction?
That Jabba Hutts would show up.
Oh, the Hutts. Yes.
Yeah.
Geek boner.
Or I asked you guys if
Right.
they'd show up.
We're
All right.
like,
and so
and
then along with that, we get a flashback with more of Boba Fett ingratiating himself to the Tusken Raiders Dances with Wolves style.
Yeah. Really dances.
Lawrence of
with wolves.
Arabia style.
And Lawrence of Arabia.
There you go, yeah.
A lot of references. Yeah. You know what? A lot better episode this week. I got to say. I'll give
It's
him-
an improvement.
This episode had everything. It had Tusken Raiders. It had a great train action scene. It had nose lizards getting you high. It had the Hutts. It had a badass Wookiee. Oh my God, there was a lot going on.
Oh, yeah. People were freaking out about that Wookiee.
Oh, yeah, that was the coolest part of the whole episode other than the train thing.
Let's talk about it's kind of like it starts with the present.
Two
and then-
stories.
Yes, and then the majority of it is this flashback. Let's start with what happened in the present, because there is some important things. We find out that assassin was sent. He is part of the Order of the Night Wind, and I know there's a fart joke in there somewhere. I just haven't found it yet.
The night wind.
He's a night farter.
Oh, yeah.
You know how you have all the walking farts? This guy just farts in his sleep.
If you ever like have a girl passed out in your bed and all of a sudden the night wind comes.
The night wind comes. It's not good.
They're out. They don't know they're doing it.
There we go. We found the fart joke. Excellent. And I love the moment where she threatens the dude to put him in the Rancor pit. Because again, a lot of callbacks to Return of the Jedi.
Oh, when they're trying to get information out of the guy.
Yeah, and he's like, he doesn't talk, and she's like, maybe he'll talk with our Rancor, and it's shot a lot like the first step, like Return of the Jedi. But if you watch,
I got one comment on that.
Yes.
They make it like seem like these guys they never talk, and they're such great warriors or assassins or whatever. But to me, they just come off like dweebs.
A little bit. A little bit. He gave up
the night wind.
Yeah, the night.
The guy that gave up all the information.
Yeah, they suck.
They're not. Maybe on purpose, but they're not very badass at all.
No,
they know a little parkour. That's about it. I mean, I don't know what's so impressive about these guys. Rex, what'd you think of? Did you think we would see like another Rancor? Because if you watch Jedi, you remember obviously Luke killed that fucking Rancor in that.
Well, in Bad Batch,
Rancor.
they saved that Rancor. There's a baby Rancor in Bad Batch.
Yeah, there is a baby Rancor. So at first I was like, oh shit, is there another Rancor?
That, what's his name with the lobes got him. What's his name? The guy who Boba Fett killed when he took over.
Bib Fortuna?
Yeah, Bib Fortuna. That was his fucking name.
So maybe there's a Rancor around there. But the thing was empty. But so that was kind of fun.
They should get the little Rancor, the baby Rancor.
Yeah, put the baby Rancor. So that guy gives up the mare.
It'll still fuck you up.
Oh, absolutely. It's still scary. He was cute, but he'll still fucking eat you. He sends him to the mayor. He says the mayor sent us, and they take him there. The mayor, that alien, apparently, Anthony, is called an Ithorian. Mak Shaiz is his name. He is the mayor of Mos Espa.
That was strange, but he looked good.
Yeah,
like good as in they pulled it off well, but he didn't look good.
I wonder if it was practical effects. It did look good.
I'll talk to you about something that didn't look good. Was the fucking Jabba
Let's
twins.
get to that, because then he steps outside and we hear drums and you see these dudes carrying a litter. There's all this talk about a litter. We finally see the litter. It's the thing, ancient kings used to be regal, being carried in on a platform.
Right.
And on their
ancient
rugs,
kings and P. Diddy.
And P. Diddy and Egyptians and some other. What do we see on this litter rugs?
2 big fat slugs, a.k.a. the Hutts.
Yes, these are the twin cousins of Jabba the Hutt, which was cool to see Hutts. But yeah, the CGI, those things would be weighing tons. You need a lot more people to carry them around.
Yeah, there was like 5 guys.
There's just 5 guys holding them up, and there's 2 of these fat fucks on here.
Yeah, that didn't seem very realistic, but that was like, that part of the episode was like, it was an that looked like subpar, but.
I read this article on Screen Rant, and their argument was like, the Hutts should never be CGI. If you're going to do Hutts, do it practical or just invent a new creature. In Return of the Jedi, I think it took like 9 puppeteers to work Jabba, and there's some great old documentaries made back in the 80s, and they show you the work, and it's amazing, and it looks great. It has more weight, and these things, they're missing a little bit of the weight.
I think you could make a Jabba in CG that looks very good. They just didn't do it.
How'd that look to you, Anthony? Did that bother you?
Looked all right.
Like the CG dog thing. You ever see a CG dog that's done?
They looked bad.
Really bad. And then every once in a while I'll see one, hey, look, that looks almost real. Like I could have, you could have passed that one by me. So it's all about, it's possible to do a Jabba the Hutt or a Hutt properly. They just didn't do it.
And then comes the moment where the fucking most badass looking fucking Wookiee walks around the side. And I was like, holy shit, who is this guy? Anthony, comments on seeing that guy. Did he look intimidating? He looked fucking scary.
Yeah, he looked, I was like, oh man, that's looking like a badass Wookiee. And then I looked him up. Like he was enough for me to go, okay, let me look up this character. Who is this guy?
And
apparently there's a lot of history there.
What's his name? Do you know?
Black Kristen?
So a lot of people are calling him, his name is Bryan Cranston. No, wait, that's not it. It's Black.
That's great.
Some people are calling him Black Cranston, but that's
even better.
But that's not how it's spelled. It's spelled Krrsantan. So Black Chrysanthemum or Black K or BK, he's got a lot of nicknames. But this guy's got history.
Apparently they've worked together.
Yes.
Jabba and him. He's from the comics.
Yes, he's from the comics. First introduced in 2015 in Darth Vader #1. I think I have that because when they started putting out, when Force Awakens came out, they put out all these comic books that were set like in the original trilogy, and I was buying all the first issues.
I think I also own them.
Yeah, so that one is, I saw it selling for a collectible price now. It's a little because of the black Bryan Cranston being in it. Yeah, he is a disgraced Wookiee who's become a gladiator. He's also worked for Darth Vader the same time Boba Fett worked for Darth Vader in the original trilogy era. So they do know each other. They were co-workers.
Was he ever in the like? Is this the first time we've ever seen him on screen?
Yes, his first live action appearance. But
what does Ruggs know about him? Does Ruggs know anything?
I don't know shit about him. I just know that he was in the comics, and I didn't read those comics. I bought them, but I never read them.
It's a deep cut from the comics.
But like, I've known of like cool ass Wookiees, from other things and video games and shit. They're in there. So I don't think this particular character has been in the video games, but there's been badass Wookiees, and I'll be like, oh shit, we need to see this.
He's also worked with this Dr. Aphra, which is another character made in the comics that may show up at some point. It's a very popular character.
Yeah, people like Dr. Aphra.
This guy's got fucking shoulder, what are those? What are those pointy things?
Shoulder pads with spikes on them.
Spiky shoulder pads. Apparently his knuckles are like titanium. He's got brass knuckles.
Just like Demolition from the WWE or WCW. I don't remember Demolition.
Yes, Demolition or Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
He's got a big badass rifle, and he just gives him a look. Yeah, so
I guess they've worked together, right? And
yes.
How did he got the scar from Boba Fett? Maybe I don't remember.
Possibly he's tangled with Chewbacca and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Basically, when Darth Vader sent Boba to find out who stole the Death Star plans, could I go find Luke? He sent Bryan Cranston to go find someone who the Emperor was interested in also, but they were fucking coworkers, and he worked for Jabba, and now he works for the twins. So, and then I don't know where this is going to go because the twins are like, this is our land now. We're Jabba's cousins. We going to take this over. And Boba's like, no, I'm in charge. And then they're like, bloodshed is bad for business. We'll figure this out at a later date. By the way, here's our Bryan Cranston. And then they just leave. Bryan Cranston. That's
Gladiator.
Yeah, he's a gladiator Wookiee. So, he's badass.
Yeah, I mean, definitely at least an adversary now that Boba Fett can tangle with physically, even though
he's the big bad, you think? Or you think he's going to turn to the Boba side?
I think he's just the heavy that they have a showdown in, like maybe the penultimate episode.
Oh, he's the muscle. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to see him again.
See, one of the things that I don't understand about this whole Boba Fett thing is he goes and kills Bib Fortuna, clears out everybody that's in there. But he just has like 3 people working with him. He's taking on the whole entire planet, the whole underground with 3 people. I'm like, when is Boba gonna go round up these Tusken Raiders to be his army? Like that's what they're leading up to. But I just find it very grating that this dude's gonna try and like take over a crime family with 3 people. Yeah, and it's working.
It's definitely gonna be that episode where he's down in the dumps and he's like they're beaten, and then all of a sudden the Tusken Raiders show up. Like this is very queued up for that.
It's not very intimidating just to have 3 people. And clearly the people in Mos Espa, they still, they were used to the Hutts and their rule, and they still respect the Hutts. So he's going to have to impress them. Or I love the part where he's like, where Fennec Shan is like, you want to kill them, you're going to have to get permission. Like it's the fucking mob. You can't fucking kill a maid guy unless you get permission. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean the first half of this episode isn't as interesting as the second half. That's for sure.
I feel like they're withholding too many of their cards here. They're like we're gonna do this thing where this guy takes over a crime, and we're gonna do it in the most like kind of pared down way possible. Yeah. And so and then you go on the flip side of the other part of the flashback episode, where and they kind of like threw a lot of shit in there.
There's some cool shit in there. Before we get to the 3/4 of this episode is this flashback story, and a lot of great shit happens, and it does inform the way Boba maybe will be leading in Mos Espa. Before we do that, I got to tell the listener, you want to get involved, join the conversation, join our Facebook group. It's called Jock and Nerd Nation. It is an exclusive closed group just for you, listener. We're all in there. And holy shit, I got to welcome a bunch of people.
A lot of people.
A lot of people joined in the last day and a half. And some fun names in here. Welcome to the Facebook group, Jonathan Nichols, Esteban Cavazos, Zach Cooper, Lorenzo Nicholas Ordonez, Bumper Schultz. That's a great name. This guy probably wins for best name. Robbie Spliff Dog Mays.
Oh, shit.
Welcome, Spliff Dog. Glad you could be here. And Shane Marilat, all joining the group.
Nice.
Thanks for joining. We're almost at 500 people in this group, which is
really,
which is crazy.
Wow.
But I hope you guys enjoy the group. Geek out. Everyone has welcomed them. All hail Justin Zwerner. I mean, me. Never mind. They already got that. Okay, so the rest of this episode is this flashback, and the flashback basically is Boba learning their ways and him teaching them how to do stuff. And him setting up the Tusken Raiders to, have some agency in the desert. And they gave so much depth to these Tusken Raiders that I kind of love the Tusken Raiders now. Like, I didn't know that we learn about their culture and their ways and how you get your awesome stick and their loyalty. What are some of the parts that stuck out to you guys?
What did you learn about them, Imran? I'm curious to know.
Well...
You said it, and I gotta back it up.
They have a process for becoming a raider and getting your robes and getting your stick. And once, he helps them kind of open up a toll road in the desert, so they get paid at instead of getting shot at. They send him on a little ayahuasca trip. It's like he's eating peyote and he trips balls, which is great. I've never seen anyone in Star Wars get high.
Why did you think that they wanted him to have the lizard up his nose to be guided to? What was that? What did that end up doing, do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. He went and he saw a tree that maybe was there or wasn't there, but that was surrounded by water.
He came back with a branch.
Wasn't he saw something in that vision that was part of his life? I forgot.
He saw himself as a kid holding his dad, Jango Fett's helmet, but then he saw his face, his older face in there.
Yeah.
So
that's what it was.
Yeah. So it kind of reminds me of in the Star Wars where the guys go on the little introspective journey and they see themselves in the shattered helmets. They've done that several times.
It reminded me of when Rogan talks about his DMT trips with people for the first time. Yeah,
it's definitely like an ayahuasca trip.
Yeah.
And so here was my joke. Anthony, where would you put this lizard?
I stick it up my asshole.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, gotcha.
That would probably also work.
I thought this the second half of this episode was pretty good. I was actually okay, I'm actually entertained by this now. I'm not converting to Star Wars, but I was like, this is not a bad way to spend the last 20 minutes of this Star Wars episode. I said it earlier. It felt like Dances with Wolves. You guys said Lawrence of Arabia, but it's the whole white savior thing. But it works because this guy's Maori. He's from New Zealand, so he's not actually saving anything because he's not white.
Yeah.
Or he's not a white savior. He is kind of saving them a little bit. They're learning from each other.
They're
the same
from
story that we see all the time and a lot of different things. But it was kind of charming, and I felt like the Tusken Raiders were charming, and the scene in the bar, I actually felt for the first time that his fat ass could actually move a little bit.
Oh, you thought that with the biker gang?
Yeah, I thought they shot it well enough where I was like, okay, I'll get over that he's fat for this little episode.
It's key. Direction is key when you have to shoot around a person who's maybe a little bit older, that you might not use a stunt double, blah blah blah. So if you do it right, it could still be impactful. You could, as I said, it's a movie I'm going to talk about a little bit later that has an old actor and they made him look super badass in it, and it's just all direction. So where you put the camera and how you use it.
No, you see shots of where the guy's just the biker gang's just getting thrown through the window, right? You don't see him throw him through the window, but you assume that he threw him through the window, and it kind of works to make him badass. This whole scene, there's lots of deep cut Easter eggs. This is Tashi Station, where this biker gang is. Tashi Station was referenced by Luke in the first movie, a throwaway line. He's like, I'm supposed to go to Tashi Station to pick up the things, and he never gets there. Also, there's a deleted scene from Star Wars A New Hope where he does go to Tashi Station and he meets two friends, Cammy and Fixer. That couple in the bar is Cammy and Fixer from the deleted scene from A New Way Hope.
Geek boner.
I like how they did that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I saw that in a video that someone had figured that out. Oh, and that's pretty fucking cool. They really they're deep. They're digging into those old movies and seeing whatever they can pull out, for like little Easter eggs.
There's
a lot
tons
of
of
good
Easter eggs.
Are the what's the deal with the train people?
Oh, so the train.
Why is there a random train that runs back and forth and just shoots? Oh, I get it. I forgot. They're doing the spices and they're trying to knock
doing
these
spice
people.
runs. Yeah.
So they were doing straight up we don't even care. We're just doing Dune right here.
Yes, here's the thing. This is one example where George Lucas blatantly ripped off Dune, didn't even bother to change the name of the thing. He's like
Tatooine is clearly like a Arrakis
right.
variation. So
the Raiders are the
Fremen.
Fremen, yes.
Right, but you changed the name, and in this case, George is like, you know what? Nobody's read this book. I'm just going to call it Spice. Nobody knows. But that is also a reference to Han Solo, because they're like Spice from Kessel. That was the Kessel Run. Han Solo used to be a Spice runner. That's the Pike Syndicate, those aliens. We have seen them in the Solo movie. They were, and in Clone Wars, you've seen these Pike Syndicates. So, I mean, I kind of love it. He lets them live. He makes them walk, but he's like, now you're going to pay a toll to get through here, and we will protect you. So he's learning how to be a mob boss. The montage where they're learning how to ride the speeders was so great. It was so funny.
It was good.
Watching that guy try to jump from one speeder to another looks a lot harder than it looks, I guess. And just wiping out.
that was a cool scene, though. They really did a lot with that train scene. It was kind of, it was like almost felt like a movie.
Holy shit!
I was going to say the same thing. It didn't feel like a TV show at all. The way they shoot those scenes, other than the Jabba the Hutt, which I'll agree wasn't up to par. Everything else for a TV show, I mean, it doesn't. It seems sometimes I felt like it seemed better than the stuff that Marvel puts out.
I mean, they have better
probably
backgrounds than some of the Marvel TV shows.
Those scenes on the bikes or whatever the fuck you call them. I mean, they were really well done.
The speeder bikes are dope.
And it's another one where I'm like, his fat ass probably shouldn't be riding that bike, but I'm like, all right, I'll go with it. He's riding this fucking thing.
The train scene's super exciting. And I just love how when he gets to the front of the train, the fucking droid is like, I'm out, and just jumps out and then crawls
and the
away.
Spider's out.
Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm out. But he gets them, he gets them water. Now they have weapons. And now they have a little bit of power and respect. Once this spreads.
Are we going to see Tusken Raiders without their helmets?
I don't know. I did see another article. How about in the comics, some of the images, some of the ways they've showed them, and some of them just have like face paint on, and then another version is just like this horrible alien face with teeth, and it's all disintegrated.
Do you think they'll take off their masks?
I don't want to see them
in the last episode of the second season and shed a tear as Boba Fett goes away for the rest of his life.
Wait, what? Didn't they do that already? Sounds like something.
That happened in Mandalorian, yeah.
That was the Mandalorian. You know what, though? This whole plot line also has happened in the Mandalorian.
They take off their masks, and Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford and Luke are there.
Oh God, as Force ghosts or something.
They're all still there.
But remember season 2 of Mando? He got the Tusken Raiders to help him stop a thing. Also, they teamed up to get that dragon.
I actually don't remember.
It's
but
it's similar. Is it similar?
They like the Tusken Raiders, huh? No, I'm saying like the show really.
Yeah,
like,
the show does.
We really want to give some depth to these guys.
I feel like it is like a Dune parallel, and it'd be funny to bring it. I think it's like, let's bring it to light that, that we're aping Dune. Let's not run away from it. Let's fucking lean into it.
Yeah, they don't care. They're like, yeah, this is Dune.
Yeah, they're like, Dune's never going to have what Star Wars has.
They're basically like, Dune might have made a little bit of money, but no one cares about Dune.
Nobody's watching.
We blatantly ripped it.
No one wants to be a sandworm.
Yeah.
We are a better Dune, and we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, the throne is unreachable for Dune to get to this level.
We did Dune only better.
Yeah, we put fucking swords instead of these little knives. Got rid of the fucking shields.
I thought it was interesting. We find out Tatooine used to have water and it dried up. But I think the Tusken Raiders, up until this point, you didn't really know them. You just thought they were like one-note, dangerous sand creatures that would just shoot you for no reason. I love this learning about them and seeing their pets and seeing this ritual. Like, this is fucking great. And the costumes look great. They must be hot as fuck in the desert wearing all that shit. But I don't know. Maybe it ventilates from the back.
I don't think they're in the desert, Imran.
They're not really in the desert?
No.
But I'm saying they live in the desert.
If this was real.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you mean if it was real? This happened a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. That's all. It just wasn't here. But there's where we get the nose of the lizard tripping scene, and then he makes the cool stick, and he comes out in the robes. He's all badass. Yeah.
I thought that was made out of metal and not wood, but that's interesting.
Well, it's hardened. It's like metal and wood, and then they put it in the fire to petrify it, I guess. So they
did a good job giving those characters that don't speak anything intelligible,
right?
Like good personality. I even liked the little kid that was like the watch guy and all that.
You showed him how to signal him with the mirror.
I feel like it's good storytelling, but at the same time, it wears on me a little bit.
Why is
to be
that?
honest with you? Why? Because I think I want more out of these characters than grunting, But
honk,
Gotcha.
honk. That's all they say. No, but you get them by their movements. The guys just stand there and they nod.
But you have no facial expression,
right?
And you have no words.
Yeah.
So it's like you're losing two very important things that are of expression. So it's kind of like, okay, it's cool, but like, how long can we do this?
Yeah, you still get it though. Like you get what's going on. I love at the end how they got like flows with the stick. It's like karate stick flows, and they all join and they're doing the moves. Like that's great. It's a very Native American tribe thing, also.
Yeah, no, it definitely felt like that. They were going for that vibe. I mean, this show, ever since, well, I don't know. I don't know anything about Star Wars, but ever since I've been watching Mandalorian and this, they've been going the whole like Western vibe. Yeah. / now they're going like Western, tribal thing. Like they're really obsessed with that.
It works though for this. I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's like a new gunslinger boss in town.
Right.
But I think we're seeing
not really focusing on the space,
right?
The stars too much.
No, there's no stars
on the Earth or whatever the planet they're on.
There's no war. There's no star in the Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I like how we're seeing how he is learning, to be a kind of a mob boss and leader. This is really him changing. Like he's got this. He was like this badass evil guy, and now they have turned him into a heroic. I hope they maintain some of his edge and some of his darkness. Like he just kills. I just need him to kill.
Would
somebody.
you want to see a young Boba Fett show?
Oh, where he has like no morals and no scruples, and maybe adventures with him and Bryan Cranston would be amazing.
He has like I remember he had a pretty cool crew in the Clone Wars series, right?
Yeah.
He was like a little kid. He was maybe like 12 years old, and he had like a crew, and he was fucking running missions with them. And I'd like to see where he gets his armor, and like when he first starts becoming like the legend of the legendary.
That's
Boba.
not bad. That would be cool.
You want to see him when he was 20 to 30 pounds less.
Yes, when he's slim and trim, maybe,
and not falling down the Sarlacc pit and going, wow.
Yeah. When he was about getting all the girls and getting all the guns. I'm
Boba Fett, bitches. Come here.
Yeah,
he's got a harem with him.
But when I've asked this before, but when he takes off his mask, he's a clone of someone else, right?
Yes, they're all clones. Jango Fett was the original.
So does he go, I'm Boba Fett, or does he play off that he's Jango Fett when he's out picking up people?
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good
like,
point.
was Jango Fett a stud, or like was Jango Fett such like a loser that he has to keep his helmet on?
No, Jango Fett was badass. Him and Obi-Wan fought, and he held his own against Obi-Wan.
Oh, speaking of Obi-Wan, I've read something, I don't know what it was, but they were like, I think it was a Black Kristen thing.
Yes,
they were like,
Black Cranston.
This might be tying in eventually to Obi-Wan.
He could show up there, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he is. They have
He's
tangled.
had some encounters with that guy.
Yes.
With Black Kristen.
Black Kristen. I turned him into a girl. It's
kind of racist, isn't it? Just label him Black Kristen.
Why is the black Wookiee the bad one? I mean, come on, people. Just why is it got?
You don't know that he's gonna be bad.
No, we don't know. We just know that he's badass and he's the fucking.
He's just He's just a Wookiee in Rob Layfield designed clothes.
He has a lot of pouches and spikes.
Yeah.
And a giant gun that's way too big.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to share some comments from our Facebook group that I mentioned earlier. Before I do that, listener, you should also know we have a TeePublic shop where you can buy awesome T-shirts, hoodies, stuff with our logo with Rug Boy's face on it, face masks, laptop cases, lots of cool things. Visit jockanerd.com/shop to get some cool hipster niche swag today. Stuff that people are going to be like, what is that?
Let me see what's on that shop.
What is that? What are you wearing? I don't know what that is.
I don't see what our merch is looking like these days.
It looks the same. I haven't made any new things in a while. I should.
It's okay.
I'll make some stuff.
Okay, you make some stuff.
Oh, whoa, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get some original Rug Boy art on T-shirts and stickers and stuff.
I'm just going to dip my face in ink and just smack it on.
I think that's it. Just strap a marker to that felty hand and flail around.
What if I just did like a teeth impression of my 6 teeth?
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, we good?
That'd be fine. Okay.
I'm derailing the show.
Listener Daryl K commented, can't believe the review of episode 1 missed the obvious joke Boba Fett. I believe we opened the episode with the Boba Fett joke, Daryl.
I think I said Boba Fett like 30 times.
Yes, I think we covered that. So
I was going to say that I don't know if we probably did, but I was going to cover it and be like, it's such low hanging fruit that we didn't say.
I think it was the first. It was the
That's
intro.
all I do is low hanging fruit.
Yeah, that's these two. YouTube for sure.
Daryl K also says episode 2 is definitely better. The review of the lizard trip definitely needs at least one Tony.
I stick it up my asshole.
Soundbite covered that. Favreau and Filoni need to teach the Marvel people how to write for episodic TV. I kind of love this comment because this is my gripe with the Marvel shows compared to this. Yes, Mandalorian, these shows, this is episodic TV, whereas I feel like I'm watching parts of a long movie just cut up into 6 to 8 pieces with the Marvel shows instead of a more thoughtful episodic arc. What do you think?
I like them both.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I like aspects of both too. I think the Marvel shows, there's a lot of similarities between them, but there's also a lot of differences. Like WandaVision for me felt episodic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, the Marvel shows are all created by like all different people with
That's
Favreau
true.
running
That's
it, whereas this is all under one guy.
Yeah.
Favreau, Filoni.
One vision.
Yeah. So, but there's I think each episode is good and bad. Like it's week by week. So there's some episodes I think are better than others.
Yeah. Fair enough. Joe Henry, big Star Wars guy.
Oh yeah.
Big Star Wars.
What's Joe Henry is Vitiligo Dick.
My vitiligo brother from another mother. Vitiligo Dick. Yes, that's Joe Henry.
Okay.
I'm glad you remember these things, actually. I'm kind of impressed.
Hey man, anyone's got vitiligo on their dick.
Listen, you have vitiligo?
Besides Imran.
Yeah, I have it.
I'm
That's
going to remember.
It's something we share. If you got vitiligo, 80% is on your dick. But Joe Henry's a big Star Wars fan, says, now we know how Fett obtained his Gaddafi stick. Great episode, in my opinion.
Gaddafi?
Gaddafi. That's what that thing's called. He stole it from Muammar Gaddafi.
Oh,
No, it's called the Gaddafi stick.
Okay.
Gaddafi?
Yeah, it's a Libyan warlord. No, the Tusken Raider stick is called the Gaddafi stick.
It's the same thing. That's the same way it's pronounced, right?
No, Muammar was like a Q. Gaddafi.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Gaffy stick.
Or it's a Gaffy stick. Joe Henry wrote this. He knows his Star Wars. Maybe it is a Gaffy stick. I don't know. Joe St. John says a much less linear plot than other Disney Plus shows I found so far. But honestly, I could watch Favreau and Filoni's Star Wars exposition and approach all day. I fucking loved it.
I fucking loved it.
Joe loves it. Chris Williams says that's one badass looking Wookiee, to which Blake Braden replies, shit, I'd be pissing my pants if I were to fight one of these. Yes. And then Nick Shev, definitely an improvement over episode 1, but I'm still let down that those huts were not practical effects. Yeah. The huts, if you're going to do a hut, you got to get into the puppetry. You need 10 people.
Or use pizza. If they didn't.
Or use a giant pizza in the hut.
Yeah.
Pizza the Hut.
But I'm glad. I really dug this episode.
I thought it was a lot better.
I'm
hoping that it keeps continuing to be better each episode because, like that first episode did not get me hyped at all. I was like, oh.
Well, it sounds like you're still a little iffy on the actual main present day plot.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what the ratio of present day to flashbacks will be moving forward.
I don't want this to be the Arrow season 1. I hated that.
It's a little.
Remember that?
Yeah,
it fucking sucked.
Yeah, that was the gimmick of that show. Was
I don't like that
half
gimmick.
of it was fucking flashback, and it would slow down the momentum and take you out and put you in this other storyline. But they had to try to like parallel the storylines.
When the flashback supersedes the actual show,
yeah, this was all flashbacks.
Like, and it feels like nothing can happen really that's going to add to the lore, because I feel like it's not enough time. I think this is right before we meet Boba Fett in The Mandalorian, right? All this shit happens.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. He's walking around in the black robe. He's got the stick. He doesn't have his armor. Maybe he's looking for it, but he can't get it or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like that there's much more interesting Boba Fett stuff than this to go to if you're going to go to a flashback.
No, I mean, I agree. I'm kind of like, I love this Tusken Raider stuff. It surprises me, but I'm kind of more into the present. I want to know the present day stuff. I want to see how he wrangles this shit.
Day 1 of the episode, we already know what's going to happen, though, right? Where these Tusken Raiders are going to rally to his defense and going to save him in the end.
Save him from who? The Hutts?
Yeah,
Bryan
the Hutts, when they send Bryan Cranston and the heavies to go get him. That's what they're gonna need. They're gonna either need the Rancor, because they dangled that around.
Oh, the Rancor may show up.
We know that the Rancor exists, and we got these. We got these this like mini army that he has that he's been running shit with. They know how to ride fucking. See, this is all building.
Yeah.
Like, they know how to fucking use technology. They know how to fucking use the fucking scooters.
Got
they know
fucking weapons and laser rifles and shit.
Yeah, so they're gonna come swooping in when he makes that call. He's gonna go. I guarantee you, he's gonna grab like a conch and like go to the top of the hill and go, and then they're gonna come running.
And then they fucking come on their.
Or
banthas.
you know what's gonna happen? By the end, one of those Tusken Raiders is gonna say, "Boba Fett."
Oh, he's gonna talk. Oh my god, oh, that would be disturbing. Wow, they actually
they're
gonna
do the "We Are Groot" thing.
They just say Boba Fett. Yes.
Yeah, they're gonna say something else. They're gonna say Boba Fett.
Oh, their first words were Boba. That's so cute. I hope my baby's first word is Boba. But I hope that this show is not that predictable. I'm looking forward to more surprises and more action.
I'm wondering, when is this show going to produce a toy that everyone can love?
What do we have so far? Nothing much.
The Mandalorian produced in the first episode Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Baby Rancor.
Oh, baby, it could be Baby Rancor. Not as cute. But yeah, I mean,
you think the twins? Maybe the twins, those Boba Fett twins, Jabba Hutt twins.
Black Cranston. Give me a Black Cranston toy.
Oh yeah, did they make a Black Cranston? They probably have already.
I don't
Black.
know. But that is a good question, because the merch from Baby Yoda probably paid for the entire production of the first 2 seasons.
Baby Yoda was such a
shit
icon right off the bat for that show.
Unbelievable how that fucking
they rode that wave for a while.
It was crazy how it got so big, and everybody has a Baby Yoda something now.
Maybe that's probably, I mean, I think it's deeper than that, but I think a lot of the lack of enthusiasm off that first show was because there wasn't an awesome reveal like we got in the first Mandalorian.
Yeah, the first Mandalorian episode like hooked you in great and brought it, but that show really needed to do it. It was their first time out.
First Star Wars show.
I think this is different. He's going to go a slower, measured pace and build up to some crazy shit.
Yeah, they're definitely doing something different.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to get a new costume at the end of this, like the Mandalorian did? He got new armor. You know, he had like that red armor in the beginning.
His armor is pretty dinged up and scratched. Maybe he does get some fresh armor.
You know what they got to show in this is how he got the ding in the helmet. He got it from an alien, like a blue alien with red eyes or something.
He had that already in the trilogy?
Yeah, he got that from there's a legend that he fought one of the guys from the Clone Wars. He's that alien that wears a cowboy hat.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Cade something, right?
Yes.
He might show up. Yeah. He's also a bounty hunter, that guy.
Yeah, that would be cool to see in like live action.
You know what? I would love to see more bounty hunters. Maybe there's, bounty hunters are upset.
Yeah, where's Snaggletooth? God damn it!
Is
he a bounty hunter?
There's more bounty hunters. When are they going to show up? Does he need their help? Could he call on them for help?
We know that. Well, Let's see the Star Wars bounty hunters. Let's do a little looky.
There is a bunch of them.
We know that Bosk is one of those lizard guys.
Oh, right.
And you got
showed up.
There's like a lot of droids. There's that like cool looking droid that's kind of looks like C-3PO with like a bug face.
He's a bounty hunter?
Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Every bounty hunter in the Star Wars movies.
There's a lot. Jesus.
So aside, Ventress, is she dead or alive? Arome Isolo. Look at that guy. That's crazy looking.
They got crazy names like Axe Tagrin and
so this girl, Aura Singh, she was part of Boba Fett's posse.
Oh, there was that bounty hunter in Return of the Jedi that Leia dressed up as with the thermal detonator.
Yeah, Boosh. Yeah.
Boosh. Her name's Boosh.
These names.
Balduga. That's one of the guys. See, Balduga's the guy that looks like the mayor.
Oh,
like
he's
a vagina face.
Yes, Balduga. Yeah. He's the same Ithorian.
And there's Cad Bane, not Cade. Cad Bane. There he is.
That's the guy.
The blue alien with the red eyes.
He's cool.
With the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
He's got like, for some reason, he's got breathing apparatus on the side of his face. Maybe his nostrils are there. That's where his nostrils are.
Carabdis. These names are amazing. Castus, Catoparasiti, Chatayoki,
Debnoli. He sounds like a snack.
Jazpur. Anyways, lots of bounty hunters. Maybe we'll see them.
Fong Do.
I love Fong Do from this restaurant down the street. It's they put fresh ginger and garlic.
Jacoli.
Greedo is a bounty hunter. IG-11, bring him back.
We're just naming stupid shit. That
We're
no
just
one
saying
knows.
Star Wars names now.
Mantu. This one sounds like a member of Imran's family. Rumi Paramita.
Oh, yeah, that's my second cousin. Yeah, she just had a birthday. Rumi. Hi, Rumi. Anyways, that's it for the Boba Fett. We're better episode.
You can cut all of this. This is just
we got a lot of bounty hunters. Maybe we'll see more. Let's take a quick break here, play some promos, and we're gonna come back and dive into the Miyagi-verse because you know what? It's karate time right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Transmission commencing.
This is Wookiee Radio. Translated for the Wookiee impaired. I like that Wookiee. Your hosts, Ken, Derek, and Mike, bring you the latest news and commentary from the far reaches of the galaxy.
Hold it. Hold it. I said hold it.
Subscribe today on iTunes and Stitcher.
I just assumed he's a Wookiee.
Start listening today, and remember,
The Force will be with you, always.
Called The Working Man's Nerdist, Tales from the Fandom is a weekly podcast where David talks with a guest about the fandoms that they love. Whether it's classics like Star Trek, Star Wars and Tolkien, or new ones like Game of Thrones or Harry Potter. Anime, books, TV shows, movies, role-playing, video games, cosplay and more are discussed. Each episode is different based on the guest. No fandom is too big or too small. Subscribe to Tales from the Fandom and join in on the fun.
Doc and Nerd.
Listener, if you enjoy the show, you can support the show. Join our fan club. Visit jockandnerd.com/Patreon.
Jock and Nerd,
where you can sign up and get cool stuff like you get access to a bonus podcast feed that has lots of bonus content. The shows come out a little bit early, so you hear it first before the entire world. And there's Discord benefits. You get exclusive access to our Patreon-only Discord server where we do monthly geeky hangouts. We just hang out and get drunk and talk about what we love. And this month, January, it's next week, Thursday, January 20th, 8 p.m. Central Time.
Next Thursday?
Next Thursday. Man, the weeks are flying by. It's already coming up.
I'll put this on my calendar and maybe I'll make it.
Oh, maybe Anthony will make it. There's always surprise guests every week, every month has been happening. So sign up for that. Sign up for the
these
tier.
Chords.
For these chords, these nuts, that chord. It says right there which tiers have Discord benefits. Sign up for those tiers. You get your role. Join us. Join the fan club, jockandnerd.com/Patreon. Okay, it's karate time, everybody. We got a review. Cobra Kai Season 4. Here is your spoiler alert.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Prepare to be spoiled.
Amazing. We have a season 4 of the show that started on YouTube. A show that started
YouTube
on
Red.
YouTube
Doesn't
Red.
exist.
It doesn't exist. The only good thing that came out of YouTube Red, because they killed it, the show is created by Josh Heald, John Hurwitz, and Hayden Schlossberg. And I don't know, Anthony, do you want to do the plot? I say we just dive in.
Yeah, let's just dive in. I mean, we know I'll just say where we left off last season. Last season, it ends with Kreese basically he's taken over Cobra Kai, and he's making a phone call to a friend who we know is Terry Silver from Karate Kid Part 3. And on the other side, it's Danny LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence finally deciding to put aside their differences and team up because they're both training to basically take each other down in the All Valley.
And then this season starts really right where that season ended.
Correct.
No time has passed for them, although the kids look a lot older. And,
okay. A little bit, yeah.
Little Anthony LaRusso had a little growth spurt there also.
Yeah.
Suddenly.
Zolo Marduenas or whatever his name is, looked like he got a little
He's
heavier.
put on some weight.
Yeah, he looked a little softy in the face.
If you I threw on the first episode after watching season 4, I was like, holy shit, he's a lot bigger.
Which is surprising because he's going to be Blue Beetle in the DC universe. Apparently, I saw this article. He just tried the suit on and he said it looked great. So I guess the suit fit. I don't know. Maybe he lost some weight after that.
Imran, he's not overweight. Jesus Christ.
No, I'm just saying he looked a little in the face, a little rounder.
We're doing a lot of fat shaming.
Little rounder. There's nothing wrong with that. Look, work out to maintain
You're
being
like, which
fat.
is surprising because he's going to be Blue Beetle as if he was like a gigantic human now.
I just think he doesn't look like that skinny kid,
right?
You know,
yeah, they're all gotten
because he was more of like a Danny LaRusso type, like young Danny LaRusso.
Right. Yeah,
and now he looks like 30-year-old Danny LaRusso.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Anthony, overall thoughts? The end of season 4 that ends in a fantastic. We finally get to the tournament and they put it in 2 episodes and it's fucking great.
So I was watching the show and the first few episodes, I was of course liking it because it's such an easy watch, right? And I like the first 3 seasons. I like the original Karate Kids. Everything's there that I'm gonna like. But I was also like, I get the formula now. Like they create tension.
Yep.
They as soon as you start to like someone, they kind of like turn it so you're like, oh, maybe I don't like that person.
Yeah.
And then they always like switch up the allegiances where, in this season, Miguel was starting to bond with Danny, and then Sam is starting to bond with Johnny, and then there's all these like little riffs where like things are happening. Like no one can ever just get along like all at once. Everything's there's always these little always this tension and stuff. So I was like, oh, this is kind of ham-fisted. I'm hopeful. By the end, I was like, hopefully like this is the last like this is it. But then like once we got into those last few episodes, I was like, they fucking got me again.
Yeah.
They fucking. I was like, by the end of this season, I was going, I don't know why this works. It keeps working for me. I'm in for season 5. I was wow. Like, I'm all in. I'm in on season 5. I was saying before this should be the last season, but I'm like, season 5 is I'm in on that. One of the things I really liked was right off the bat that Terry Silver just acknowledges that he's like, I was crazy, man. I was on a ton of cocaine and I was fucking making the kid miserable. What was I thinking? Like, what's going on? Like, I
was torturing this high school kid.
Yeah, they just get that like out of the way that this was so ridiculous, and they just blame it on cocaine. So right away,
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah,
right away that the hell of a drug. Again, William Zabka as Johnny Lawrence is having all the great lines. Like,
absolutely,
there's so many. There's just. Can I nitpick it? Of course, I can nitpick it. Like, it's probably the best, like, worst show, but it's so good.
It's like a guilty pleasure but it's like it's got so
it's
much
not even
heart.
that guilty. It's
no,
like
it's
everyone
not that
likes
guilty.
It.
Yeah. Thomas Ian Griffith as Terry Silver. He did a really good job this season being just the straight up bad guy.
No, they didn't. I will disagree with that. Not that they didn't do a good job, but he was a character that they layered too. Like he was not just. He is kind of an asshole, but like he was trying to get away from that life, and it's Kreese's fault for pulling him back in. Like he acknowledged that Kreese was a bad person for him.
You know, I like how they worked in all the Vietnam stuff from last season. And, you know, you think about what he owes him, and he saved his life, and he's always going to hold that over his head. And even at the end, he goes, there it is again, the Vietnam thing.
Right. Like, how long do you own a debt? Owe a debt to somebody?
Yeah.
Granted, it's karate schools in the valley, but you know, it's stupid, right? But it's also like it works.
It's hilarious how this whole town, like, it's the biggest thing. Like, the whole town's future rests on this under 18 karate tournament. Like, that's fucking so funny. And this season was cheesy, super cheesy dialogue and cheesy moments, but I was laughing my ass off at the cheese.
I was laughing too.
Like the moment when he finally becomes Terry Silver and he pulls his hair back and puts it in a rubber band and there's like this orchestral music. I was like, oh my God, this is fucking hilarious. And it's so like soap opera. It gets so soap opera.
It's super soap opera, but then it also like I wrote this down, episode 8.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of dark. Like Silver's beating that kid's ass in the back as it like kind of fades to black. He's beating Stingray's ass.
And he's like, you want to be Cobra Kai?
Yeah.
You want to be
like,
Cobra
he's
Kai?
punching him, and it ends with him like stomping him on the head.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh shit. Like the show doesn't shy away from getting a little like last season fucking Hawk broke Dimitri's arm. Like they do some things where it's like, holy shit, like the police should be involved in this shit.
There's
What's
many
going
times
on?
where these kids are just causing like property destruction and felonies. And I mean, Johnny made the kids jump from fucking rooftop to rooftop. I'm pretty sure there's some child endangerment laws that were broken at that point.
Don't think about it.
Yeah, like literally, like the entirety of this show is silly. It's fucking silly shit. It's fucking super silly shit. But what it does is it takes the silly ass shit, like just like you can literally just talk about any of these things, like the fact that it's all about this fucking tournament.
Yeah,
there's old men and like fucking that you know, Danny LaRusso. Did you see the fucking headstone that he bought for fucking Mr. Miyagi? That's like a presidential size.
It's ridiculously
fucking
big
headstone. Yeah. He's got money coming out of his ass. You know, he's in California is very high real estate. He's living in Encino. Come on, it's like a huge zip code. This fucking rich ass guy. Then the other rich ass guy who has money. He's fucking. They're all entrenched in this fucking school, and you know it's just like crazy shit. And yeah, it's ridiculous. It's a fucking ridiculous show. But I think what happens is they obviously know what was good about Karate Kid. They know it's about fathers and sons. It's about those relationships. It's about filling the gap of. Like, you know, you might, like, you know, when Danny left New Jersey and went to California, he had a huge gap in his life. His father was missing. He was away from his friends. He had to try to establish himself a new life. And then all of a sudden this guy comes along and helps him and becomes a father to him. And he kind of like drops everything in his life to fucking gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
And that's a very real thing that does happen. All right. I think that people look for father figures or some kind of a role model and someone that's going to give you the attention that you need at the time that you need it. And that's a very real thing. So they're even in the middle of all this ridiculous stupidity that like is completely impractical, would never happen. You have something that's very real that's anchoring it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I think that's why it works. And there's a lot of petty bullshit going on, especially with the girls.
Yeah.
And that's a very weird stereotype to keep enforcing, but let's keep going with that. Yeah, like the character that I hate the most is Sam.
Yeah.
And even at the end of this, I felt sympathetic towards her, not because she became a better person, because she did it, but because she felt like she failed her father. And now I have sympathy because she lost. Like now this bet that they made, they can't practice karate anymore or teach it anymore.
Well, you know what's great about that tournament is the kids all know that, like, if Johnny and Danny can just put aside their differences,
they can just combine their styles.
They would win.
Yeah.
But the kids like realize that, hey, like it's their egos that are so entrenched in this that they can't see that. If you just get over yourself, we can beat these guys, but they don't. So like the kid, like that's like part of Miguel's whole arc in this season. He's like, Johnny's just too invested in this tournament. Like he's losing sight of the fact of why I joined with him.
Right.
Like I joined because he's my mentor, and like I'm doing this to protect myself, and I'm wanted to win for myself. But Johnny doesn't want me to win for myself. Johnny wants to win for himself now. Like it is silly, but there's a lot of like truth. Like growing up playing sports, there were times where my father, I could like feel my father getting like super angry and like super passionate about like sports, and I'm like, is he mad because of my play, or is he mad because it reflects on him? Like you see a lot of that in like parents that are like, you know, super intense on like their kids on like doing well in like anything. They're like sometimes you lose track of like, are you rooting for your kid, or are you rooting for your kid because that's a reflection of yourself?
Yeah, because you want to feel good and be.
So there is like layered things. Like there's tons of layers like that in this show. It's just a very, very silly fucking premise.
Miguel's arc was interesting, but I did love seeing him slowly, you know, drift away from Johnny.
I mean, that one scene where Johnny is drunk and he like thinks that Johnny's telling him that he loves him like a son, and then Johnny
talking to Robbie.
He was talking to Robbie.
Yeah, he's like, "Fuck."
But like, there's so many layers to that. Like, you like in that moment, you're like, "Oh man, that's the fucking worst thing you could say to Miguel." But then you're also like, "Damn, Johnny's like still dealing with the loss of his son." But the show does a really good job of like revealing things to characters, and you're like, "Oh man, like." If Johnny would have just revealed that to Robbie, that would be a great moment, but he reveals it to Miguel.
Yeah.
And now that makes tension there.
What do you think of the whole Robbie Kenny thing? Wait, is his name Kenny?
Yeah, Kenny, the new
Okay.
kid. I mean, I feel like they introduced the new next generation for like the next season, but it's a lot of this is very Star Wars. Like Robbie's hate flowed into Kenny, and you know, Anthony LaRusso comes out as straight bully, and then he tries to fix it, and then fucking Kenny becomes the bully because of Robbie, and Robbie sees the error in his ways. It's a lot like Anakin and Obi-Wan. But
Jesus Christ, of Star Wars.
But do you think Lapusso should get his ass kicked? Like he deserves it, right?
Lapusso was great.
Well, Lapusso should get his ass kicked, but I agree. Like what the show does well is there's hints that Lapusso doesn't want to do it, but he's doing it because he's doing it because his friends are pressuring him.
Yep.
But then
and the guy that's pressuring him is like the fucking most fucking
the kid with the curly hair. Like that was the dweebiest fucking little kid
like,
there was.
He looks like somebody I would clean my ears with.
He was the biggest asshole though. That fucking guy with the curly Q-tip head.
But the thing is, like Kenny is doing the right thing, but then he's on the path that Robbie was on, where he gets super angry about everything.
I mean, I expected Terry Silver to be like like the Empire from Star Wars. The Emperor, let the hate flow through you. Yes, let it out. It was so Star Wars. But
there's a lot of Star Wars.
There's so many Star Wars. There's so much Star Wars in this.
What did you think of it, Ruggs? Did you not like it?
No, I liked it.
Okay.
But it was tinged with like, this is really cheesy. Like literally every episode, I'm like, this is some cheesy ass shit going on right now. And I was like, all right. But as I said, yes, it's cheesy. It's predictable to a large degree. You could see things coming, but at the same time, I can't lie and say the last two episodes when they're at the tournament.
Oh fuck!
I wasn't like fucking like at the edge of my seat going, "Oh shit!" Like this is I didn't think they were gonna get me like to be involved, and I was like, "Oh, I'm in this. I want to see the fucking thing play out."
I didn't know how it was gonna end. It was a little predictable when they were like the men are gonna go first, and the last one will be the girls, right? So I was like, okay, if these guys are going first, Miyagi-Do is winning this, and that's what happened. But then when Sam's fighting Tori, I was like, well, logically, Sam should be the one that wins, but I don't know what's going to happen. And then, you know, you see the ref miss a couple of things and have weird calls, and then you see why at the end the fucking Silver bribed the ref.
Storyline wise, it actually makes more sense for Tori to win because of it. Like this season was kind of written as her redemption season. First, she got like they wrote her for like, okay, like we're finally going to give a little sympathy to Tori. She's not the scowling bitch this entire time.
I felt bad for Tori, and I thought it was really interesting that the mom, Sam's mom, Nanny's wife, even though she hates Tori because she destroyed her house and cut up her daughter, decided to help this girl who's really like has this bad life and needs help. Like that was great kind of tension and making things a little more complicated. But I felt bad for Tori, but she found out that it was all bullshit, and the guy got paid off at the end.
What felt forced to you? Anything feel forced, or everything flowed naturally?
I thought, like, I did think initially when Sam's or Miss LaRusso starts feeling sympathy for Tori, I was like,
yeah,
I don't know. But then I just was like, I rolled with it until I was like, okay, I'm comfortable with it now.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with this. And then, like, I mean, everything in that sense, everything kind of feels forced.
Yes.
But then everything also feels like it's written in a way where they reveal, like, for instance, the scene where Tori and Sam comes to the party and she realizes that Tori's like played dress up as a mermaid, like, for these little kids.
Oh yeah, and Sam's
like,
such a bitch to her. Jesus.
Yeah. But you're like, Sam should be a bitch to her because Tori's been like basically ruining Sam's life, right?
Right.
But the way she's a bitch to her makes you go. The way they write it, you go, oof. I wish that Sam was getting a little comeuppance on her.
Yeah.
But then you're like, I didn't want it like that.
Yeah, she goes over the line a little bit.
They do that a lot where they like you root for a character to get their comeuppance, but then you're like, I didn't want to see it play out that way.
That's what I felt with Kenny when he started beating on Lapussa. I was like, oh no, Kenny, you're turning into like this bad guy
exactly.
now.
That's another And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying where they do a good job of pulling at your strings where you're like, oh, I wish it's playing out in a way that's not satisfying in this character.
Yeah. It's well done. I thought the karate looked better from the kids. What did you think? What did you guys think about the karate overall?
Silver looked good.
Yeah, he can still kick a fucking wine bottle.
He threw a nice roundhouse to Johnny in that one scene.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that was him, but maybe not.
I feel like it was fine. Like, it was fine. It does what it needs to do.
Yeah.
Would I like it to be on a higher level? It couldn't hurt.
That's the first time they met, right? Johnny and Terry Silver never met.
Correct.
Well, that was interesting.
That scene even surprised me. I was like, oh shit, Kreese, his weakness is Johnny. He still loves Johnny.
That was great when he's like, you have a weakness, and it's Johnny. Yeah, and I
think Kreese's weakness, he needs to have a job. Go get a job, Kreese. go work at Whole Foods or something.
That is his real weakness.
Yeah.
I loved the thing of where Robbie taught Cobra Kai Miyagi-Do, right? And now, and I was like, oh shit, now they know their moves. But then Hawk also had trained with Cobra Kai. So the whole time I'm screaming at the show, just combine the styles. What are you doing? Fucking put them together.
They can't, though.
I know. They were like,
egos.
The whole story about my way is the right way.
But the karate forms are completely like opposed to each other.
Yeah, they're different.
I don't think they work together.
They can never. Yeah, their philosophies are too different.
But that's why Danny, they pulled that clip from Miyagi where it's like, you do your way. You put it
How
together.
is he going to go on the offensive at this point? They lost, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of this, let's spoiler it up.
Yeah.
Danny's at the grave of Mr. Miyagi, and he says, "Okay, I've been doing it your way. I'm now going to go on the offensive." But
he's talking to someone.
He's talking, and you think he's talking to Miyagi, but he's talking to Chosen.
Yes. Oh, Chosen's coming back to help.
And so Chosen probably, he took the flight in. He's like, listen,
how did he get there?
He's like, listen,
Wasn't he just in
I'm a
Okinawa?
very rich owner of a car dealership. Let me fly you in. I'm going to need you to be my front. So you're going to start your own karate academy. And then I'm going to be running things behind the scenes.
Yeah, he's like his relationship with Chosen is like, years ago you fought for your honor and you tried to kill me. Then you taught me like these in last season. You taught me these like
secret
techniques.
Moves. Yeah.
Well, these secret moves were like to defeat, right? Like it was for war.
Right.
And he's like, hey, now I need your favor from you. I know you taught me all these secret moves, and you're like a very intense guy, but I need you to open this karate dojo to take down this other fucking dojo in the All Valley.
So Cobra Kai is at the height of their power now at the end of this.
Well, one more spoiler. Not spoiler.
Let's talk about the end. Yeah, no, we hit the spoiler.
Terry Silver
gets
rid of Kreese.
Yes, this is crazy.
And they definitely are hinting that he has a partner, and I think it's the king of karate, right?
It's Barnes.
Max Barnes, was it?
Matt Barnes,
Matt Barnes. That was the guy he fought in 3.
Yes.
Yeah, his other
I don't know if it's Matt Barnes. I might be wrong on it. It's Barnes for sure.
It's Barnes.
It's definitely Barnes.
Yeah.
I think next season's going to be the season of Barnes. and we're probably there might be one more season after that.
Well, I listened to this. I listened to the creators on this.
Karate's bad boy, Mike Barnes.
Karate's bad boy. The creators were on this Hollywood TV's Top 5 Hollywood Reporter podcast, and they said, they filmed season 5. They said they have an end game in mind. They're in no rush to get there, so they're talking about season 5, season 6. Season 5 is not going to be out for another. They could put it out sooner, but I think we're gonna have to wait a year.
I read an article with those producers.
Yeah,
and they were basically have been signed on by Netflix to produce more of these and
spin-offs, possibly.
Yeah.
Who would we want for a spin-off? They call it the Miyagi-verse, which is kind of fun. They love the Miyagi. Hey,
I just hope they don't. I hope they know when the end of the rope is.
You can still pull in Hilary Swank. We haven't seen her yet. She's part of the Miyagi-verse.
I heard people are like, I thought he was talking to Hilary Swank.
Yes, somebody. Yes, so you have a comment at the end, but she's still someone. There's still things to mine from those movies, and they're gonna milk this. They're gonna milk it.
What they're doing too is they're doing a good job of like mining things that they created in the show. Like, oh, Miguel's dad. Like, we never that was created within the show, and they're like, oh, we're gonna mine that because we've had seasons of history with Miguel trying to find a father figure.
Well, what'd you think of that at the end? Miguel fucks off, doesn't forfeiting. Eagle Fang has to forfeit, and then the next thing you know, he's on a bus and he's like, I'm going to look for my dad.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
I felt it was logical.
Yeah. Because even at that last moment where Johnny's like, Miguel, this is it. You're going to be a man. Can you do this? And you see him. He's like half-heartedly. He's like, yes, sensei. And he doesn't want to do it. He decides to not show up. I thought he was just waiting till like the last second to be dramatic.
No.
But no.
One quick thing on that final fight. I did not see Eli winning until it was playing out. The whole season, I was like, Eli didn't even cross my mind that he was going to win.
Eli fucking beats Robbie. That was a great fight.
One of the things that really made me roll my eyes was when they cut Hawk's mohawk off.
Yes, they cut his mohawk
because he's in the tattoo shop, and then they come and they get a straight razor.
Yeah,
and then they cut to him just to have his. I'm like, no, you can't cut someone's hair like that with a straight razor.
I thought they were going to like carve into him or something. Or
that's
cut
That's why they use a straight razor to make you think bad things. Because if it was just the buzzer, it would be obvious what was going to happen.
You can use a straight razor. It's just going to take a long time. It's going to hurt.
It's not going to look like that.
It's not going to look smooth.
It would be all mangled. Yeah.
Right. It would have looked a little tuftier.
Speaking of rolling your eyes, I rolled my eyes in all the right ways, and this is going to sound really fucking creepy.
Okay.
But when fucking Robbie and Hawk take off their fucking shirts.
Oh, no. Let me tell you.
This is straight 80s. It's awesome.
No, that was badass. And even better is when Eli turns around and rolls his shoulders and you hear the sound of a hawk as you see the hawk tattoo. Like you hear it go, ah! Like, and you see his giant hawk. I was like, that's fucking badass,
we literally, Rugg said this last week. It gets serious when you take off his shirt.
He definitely, like his robe was coming loose, and it was kind of cool how Eli used that in a move. Like he put his hand inside the sleeve and flipped him over. And you got to
I want the girls to take their shirts off.
Those two are jacked too, dude. Jesus Christ,
those kids.
Let's do it.
Yeah, the kids are fun. Robbie is jacked.
I was definitely feeling pretty good in that episode where fucking Tori's into like the Ariel costume. I was like, oh.
Oh yeah, in the mermaid.
I thought that was going to be a strip club.
That's what I thought.
I thought she was like dancing on a pole or something.
That's exactly what I thought. I did not see that there would be little kids there.
Yeah, that was great. Yes, and so Stingray, to get into Cobra Kai, tells the cops John Kreese fucked him up, and Kreese gets arrested. And now Terry Silver, he unleashed the beast, man. He unleashed the demon, and now he's gonna have.
He did. He literally got him off the wagon, and now Terry Silver is full on like. The scene where he's beating Stingray's ass, he's drinking again. Like he's back on the wagon. He's like,
that's right.
He's back off the wagon.
He needs to go get some coke next.
Yeah, he needs an 8-ball.
But even like, going into the season, I'm like, oh man, Kreese, I hate him again. And then by the end of the season, I'm like, man, I feel sympathy for Kreese again. Because like even in the tournament, he notices that Tori like can win without cheating.
Yeah, that was great.
And Silver's like, just get her other fucking eye. Yeah. And he's like, no, play it by the rules. You can beat her.
And I love that because he thinks of the moment where he's fucking with Johnny in Karate Kid 2, was it? And he's choking him out.
Yeah.
And then he goes, you do this your way. It's your fight.
They give context to even that. Like, it was a diabolical thing in Karate Kid 2 that he did that.
Yeah.
But then they give context. He's like, I knew that if I didn't push you to win, it would ruin the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That's how much you cared about winning. And it does ruin basically his life for years.
Yeah,
He was right.
He says
He was
that
right.
to Johnny. Yeah,
Which is so silly, but I mean, it's a fucking
right.
tournament, but he was right.
He doesn't want these
What
kids
about
to
Johnny's dad?
Johnny's dad?
Yeah,
The actor died.
Not this fake dad, not Ed Asner.
Oh.
Like he pulls out the box of all of his stuff, and the mom comes and says, "No, like throw this out." And then she tells him that she's dating Ed Asner in the flashback of young Johnny.
Yes,
right.
So his dad's still around.
He might have to go and fucking.
Do you think he's gonna get closure with his dad? Like he's gonna take a page from Miguel and go look for his dad?
Do you think they'll cast Dolph Lundgren as his dad?
Oh my god!
Oh shit! Do it!
He tells him that he had to go to Russia.
That'd be hilarious.
I was trying to think of an 80s blonde star. Dolph Lundgren's the
Here's
first
something
one.
that I thought. Okay, I've just thought of two more.
Or Michael Biehn.
Michael Biehn. We got two more forced things. Why in the tournament did Robbie have to fight Kenny? And it was just so he could put the beat down on him and get Kenny even madder.
Well, they were winning so many.
Well, they ran out of opponents. They had to just fight each other. I was like, why is he fighting him? But that was also great where Kreese is like, are you fighting your friend or your opponent? And then Robbie just fucking, the whole audience goes, oh, it fucking hits him in the head, takes him down.
Whoops his ass.
Yeah, makes his nose bleed and kind of creates Kenny the bully. And then here's probably the most random forced thing there was. Fucking Carrie Underwood just shows up out of nowhere. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
The show's popular, man.
Give me a nice montage scene.
The show made it. When you can get Carrie Underwood to cameo on.
Yeah, they had that plot line about them trying to get Ron out, vote of no confidence. And then the guy's like, the motherfucker did it.
I was listening to Bill Simmons talk about the show. He loves this show. And they brought up something good. They were like, Danny LaRusso was actually like the worst character of this season. All he talks about is Miyagi-Do.
Yes,
he keeps like saying his way is the best way. They're like, what should we do with this character? And they were like, should we have him die? Should we have him get a divorce? Like, how can we make this character stop talking about Miyagi-Do and like, have another
agree.
layer to him?
I agree, and he was so stubborn. Also, it's
super stubborn.
It's interesting how his kids are so spoiled, like how they've grown up, which is completely different from how he grew up and where he came from. And it's just funny that these kids are spoiled and makes Lapusso a little bit of a bully. I did love the moment where Danny and Johnny are training each other in each other's ways.
That was fun.
That was fucking fun.
Oh, when Danny climbs up that chain and he like does the fist, I started laughing like audibly. It was like, that's so bad. I just like to see like Danny doing push-ups on his knuckles, or you could see like his sinewy muscleless arms.
The pitching machine scene was great also.
The scene, the end where he instigates the fight at the hockey thing, and then LaRusso beats all those guys' asses, and he's like, where were you? He's like, no, be there.
No, because he tells them. He's
he
like,
tells him, no, be. What's the first lesson? No, be there.
No, be there. That was great. Oh, yeah. Then Danny kicks the shit out of all those hockey guys. That was fantastic.
One of my, if we're getting into like funny ass stuff, my favorite by far is fucking Johnny Lawrence trying to recruit girls to fucking
that was great.
And the scene where he's like at the gymnastics gym, and the guy's like, which one is yours? And he's like, I got my eye on her at gymnastics, on her over there in gymnastics. And he's like, the guy looks at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Fucking creep. Or when he's running with the girls on the track and he's like giving them the things, he's like, got to be at least 18 though, or got to be under 18. And they're like, what the fuck? He's like, got to be under 18.
So awkward and cringy. It was great.
I like when they're at the bar and they're talking, and the bartender comes up. He's like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Get the fuck out of here.
What? When he's trying to recruit the girl that's like a little more woke, and she's like, "What do you think about gender fluidity?" And he goes, "Fluids are important."
That girl was amazing. The debate girl was great when she joins the team. The new kids were good.
What they're like, or the scene where they sit down Miguel and the mom is like, "We've got something to tell you," and Johnny goes, "Your mom and I are hooking up."
He just blurts it out.
It's like, that's not how we were going to tell it.
Those are some. No, sometimes the show is really funny. You're right. It goes from super cheesy to like really funny to some great emotional.
I forget.
fights.
I wrote this one down, but he calls one of the kids. He goes, "Shut the hell up, penis breath." He calls the fat kid.
The fat kid is penis breath. Yeah,
that's his name.
That was from last season. I remember.
Penis breath.
Yeah. No.
There's literally some. I mean, Johnny's the best. Like, there's so many. Who would have
I would
known?
watch a show of just a guy acting like Johnny for no apparent reason.
Who would have known that, like, throwing a character like that, where like we're supposed to be in this super woke time, and you have a guy from the '80s who's just like they're just like riffing on everything woke possible, and he's just saying the most absurd shit to everything that we just experience in society now. Like,
it's so perfect.
Good.
Yeah, it's so perfect. But where he had a whole
and it's so like it's like not at all distasteful. It's just so fucking funny.
Well, if you go to Brooklyn for a weekend, it's like some people still act. Yeah.
Everybody up there is like that.
Gender fluidity, yeah, fluids are pretty important.
He had a whole woke line. What was his? How did he know all that? What did he say?
He said he did a whole line where he like said something really like profound about being like when he was trying to recruit the girl.
Right.
I didn't write down the line.
It was really good. It surprised me. What about the romances? There was light on the romance aspect, which is fine. You know, Sam and Miguel are back, and then
they're
Tori.
back, but by the end they're like kind of on the rocks because they still feel things for their old people.
That sends Robbie and Tori together, but then they feel things for other people also.
So, Tori wearing a fucking like leopard skin
at the prom
dress at prom. I'm like, oh.
I love whenever they show up all at some public gathering, you know they're just going to fight and smash things. Like, they don't talk about things. They're just going to fucking start fighting.
I just thought it was really funny that she's getting there. She's, Sam's getting a beer and Tori's standing behind her and she just kicks her in the stomach. It was just so weird. She's like, I'm going to kick her ass down. I'm going to strike first.
No mercy. Strike first, strike
She's
hard.
just like talking to her. She wasn't even trying to start some shit.
The Cobra Kai way.
Yeah.
That is the Cobra Kai way.
Give her a cunt kick.
Shit. Oh shit! Who else had some good? Dimitri was good. He gets beat by Robbie. He didn't really do much, I guess.
No, he learns. He actually embraces karate, and he's still
right. He still has a hot girlfriend.
Dating that one girlfriend.
Yeah, for some reason, still got that hot girlfriend.
Australia.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like that.
And then Eli even gets back with the
Moon. Yeah. She gives him confidence at the end, which is great.
She had a girlfriend, and now she went back.
Yeah,
with
the girlfriend joins Cobra Kai, doesn't
Cobra
she?
Kai, yeah.
They
She's
go
in
and
Cobra
recruit her.
Kai.
She's badass too. What happens to Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do now? They gotta quit. They gotta shut down.
Quit. Well, I think so. Going into season 5, they've set up the pieces now where Silver is going to recruit Barnes. Kreese is in jail and is probably going to get out. They get away with. They take Johnny and Miguel out of it by sending them to Mexico. What if his dad's Danny Trejo? That's super racist, isn't it?
Oh my god!
I was gonna say that too.
Danny Trejo is Miguel's father.
Oh shit! Christ, it's machete.
It's super racist, but it fits. Yeah.
What other famous Mexicans do we know? It could be George Lopez,
Antonio Banderas.
Well, he's Spanish.
They can afford them for like 2 episodes because they got Allie back for like an episode.
Oh yeah, Elizabeth Shue.
Elizabeth Shue, they got her. Yeah, they got her. And Tamlin Tomita, they got her back.
Who is going to help Kreese though? Like, is Kreese going to team up now with them to take that? Who's he going to go for help?
They're,
Who's going to get him
kind
out
of setting
jail?
it up as like Kreese, Danny.
No, Johnny is going to help out Kreese.
Yeah, Johnny's dad is Kreese. His father figure is so he's going to help him get out of jail. And
that could work.
Yeah, I don't. And then Chosen.
Chosen is gonna he's gonna start he's gonna have to start a.
I think Chosen's gonna come in and be like, listen, you motherfuckers, quit fucking around with my shit for my country. This is fucking shit that's passed down from father to son. You guys are not even get the fuck out of here with this shit. That's what he should say.
You guys make Carrie Underwood singing at the fucking thing. Terry Silver says they are opening franchises of Cobra Kai all across the valley. So how they got to take Cobra Kai down? Will there be another tournament? I read this.
I read somewhere either someone said this online or I read it somewhere, but they were like, actually a Star Wars comparison. They were like, seasons 1 and 2 were A New Hope. Seasons 3 and 4
Yes.
are Empire Strikes Back, and then they have
Yes.
2 more seasons to
Return
do
of the
Return of the
Jedi.
Jedi.
Oh
yeah.
shit! I could see that. That's good. And yeah, that would
Well,
work.
since the show is called Cobra Kai, I think
it's got to go back into their hands.
It's going to be a different Cobra Kai. It's going to be an all new, reconciled, healed Cobra Kai.
Well, they changed the slogan. Like, do they change that motto for Cobra Kai and make it?
It'll be like, what was it? Strike first,
Strike
no
hard,
mercy.
be there. They just
No
said
be
that.
there.
No mercy, no be there.
Always look high.
Always. Well, I love some of the titles of this episode are like episode 2 was called First Learn Stand. Then episode 3 is called Then Learn Fly. And I love in the very beginning, the first episode is called Let's Begin. And it starts with Johnny going, let's begin. And then Dimitri's like, he raises his hand. He's like, what are we beginning exactly? What's going on here? Quiet. That's so great. I mean, that's like, quiet.
Did you get the Rocky 3 stuff and all the other Easter eggs that were in there?
No, what was the Rocky 3?
No, Lawrence is when he's training for the. Oh, we didn't even talk about this. For the rematch, he's got either Rocky 3 or Rocky 3 in the
training scene
in the beach. But I think he's playing Rocky 4 music.
Yeah, he's playing Rocky music. There's Rocky music in
definitely.
there.
He's
Survivor.
100%. Yes.
And then Carrie Underwood sings another Survivor song that's from Karate Kid.
Oh, really? That's what
the
she's
song
saying.
from the original Karate Kid movie. I think it was wasn't used that prominently, but it was a Survivor song, and they used that for the tournament. So they pumped that one up.
She should have just sang that "You're the best around."
They did.
No, that would have been too on the nose.
That would have been fucking great.
The song that he's playing is "No Easy Way Out" from Rocky
that's it.
4.
Yeah,
yes.
There's no easy way out.
I love how Johnny was like
There's
so
no
into this.
shortcut home.
Johnny was super into the training.
That was a great scene. Danny wakes up.
He's
the
all
next day
hungover and shit.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I think I said something I shouldn't have said. We'll get over it. We'll just talk it out. And Johnny's like fucking training. He's like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for my whole life, you motherfucker.
It's like, let's go already. Oh, it's so
I love
good.
that he's like tweeting about it. And he's got one follower.
They both have dueling flashbacks of how they fucking from the first movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There was that one where he tackles him in that lunch. That wasn't in the movie.
No,
that was
a deleted scene.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I noticed that too. I was like, this did not happen in this fucking movie.
I mean, I even love how I was gonna watch Karate Kid 3 again, but I never got around to it. But they showed you the parts you needed to see to be like, oh shit, I remember that. So I love how they use the flashbacks. I think the flashbacks are
If
great.
you watch Karate Kid Part 3, this show, it's still a steaming pile of shit, but this show makes it slightly better.
This show is elevating those movies a little bit somehow. It's giving them, because now you know more about Terry Silver. Like, you didn't know about the Vietnam connection with Kreese when you saw it originally.
And all the he's acting crazy in Karate Kid Part 3 because he's just on 1,000 pounds of cocaine.
Yeah, he's just on a bender. And I didn't. And then did they ever say before that he helped Kreese open Cobra Kai? They both did it. I thought that was new.
I forget. I forget.
I think he gave him the seed money to open.
Oh, right. He was the money man.
Yeah.
He's hanging out with millennials.
You know what? Another funny thing, we've mentioned this before, but just to point out, Terry Silver is playing a guy that's supposed to be 10, 15 years older than these guys at least.
Yeah,
but he's actually Ralph Macchio and William Zabka's age.
Yeah.
Kreese is way older.
Yeah,
but he's
Kreese-
supposed to be playing a guy that's Kreese's age.
Kreese looks old.
Kreese is old. He's 78 years old, that guy. Martin Cove.
Thomas Ian Griffith was born in 1962. What does that make him?
60. 60 right now.
He looks more beat up than though. He looks older.
Silver
than,
looks fucking old.
Yeah.
He looks old. He looks older
Cocaine's
than
a hell of a drug.
He looks he looks older than Ralph Macchio does.
Yes. Ralph Macchio, the MVP of this show is Ralph Macchio's hairpiece.
Oh, you think so? I didn't.
Yeah, they've got that thing they've got the thing shellacked to him.
That's a hairpiece. I didn't,
you think that's a hairpiece?
I didn't know that's not his hair.
If that's not a hairpiece, I don't know what is. That looks exactly like a hairpiece.
I don't know why I thought of this, but during the show, because I think it's because I'm getting a couple gray hairs, I was like, both Macchio and William Zabka have great heads of hair at their age.
They do.
And they have very nice color.
I'm jealous. Yeah, William Zabka does.
He's got beautiful blonde hair. I don't know if he still dyes it or what's going on.
Did you notice that Danny's daughter was in it? She was the girl.
Oh.
The that talks to her son.
Ralph Macchio's daughter.
Yeah, Ralph Macchio's daughter is the when they talk about the cousin and the other cousin.
Oh, yeah.
That's
the
his
psychiatrist?
Kid. Yeah, the psychiatrist girl.
Oh, and Aisha comes back for a hot second.
And Sam just gets the complete wrong message.
Yes, he did no good.
Instead of like confronting the girl and like trying to mend things over, she like, I'm coming for you, bitch.
That's great.
I was like, I laughed. I was like, this is so silly, but I got to keep watching.
And then I guess next season they can work with the Kenny and the Anthony Lapusso relationship. They still got that.
Lapusso.
I mean, they're building towards a fight in somewhere, right?
Yeah,
a fight where Lapusso is actually trained.
Yeah. But I love how everybody kind of switched sides and were learning both sides and wanted to be mentored by the other people. I thought they did that well this season.
I think that the person who got the weakest was Miguel.
Yes, Miguel's storyline was definitely the weakest. I will agree.
I feel like he got kind of shafted this season.
He was definitely on the back seat for a lot. I think they redeemed it towards the end with the father stuff, but for a good portion of the season, he was riding
because
in the back
Robbie got backseated last season. So we got a little more Robbie, and the Danny and Johnny relationship got more, which is great, which is always fun.
I mean, this show has to do a lot.
It does.
Right? It's got to introduce a bunch of new characters. I mean, there's no fucking way that you learn a lot of these new kids can learn to do karate in like 5 minutes.
Yes, they can.
Well, if they use the Miyagi method, of course you can. You can do it in 4 days. But it's just, they have to do a lot. They have to get all these characters in there. They need to introduce the new bad guy. They got to get all this stuff to shift, and you got to play with your emotions. It's got a lot of things happen. There's a lot of moving parts. So
it's a great, easy, breezy watch. Like, it just flies by. I mean, I watched it in like a day and a half.
Yeah, I was like game to watch the whole thing in one sitting. I had to I'm like, let me just deny myself so I could keep it for another day. Like, I wanted to spread it out over a couple of days.
We'll do News from the Nation. We can still talk about it. I got comments from our listeners, but do you want to rate this? How does it stack up to the first 3 seasons?
Is it better than last season?
I think it is. I think this is the second best season, other than the first.
After the first one, one's amazing. No, I'm kind of with you, Anthony. I thought it was getting better. I thought it was better than last season, and by the end of it, the last 2 episodes totally fucking made it the best season for me.
I do think that the last season's big fight at the house was kind of for me.
Right.
But I did like this end better. This ended better.
Because you had a tournament. Like, does every season need to have a tournament for it to
I would put it on the same par as season 2, only because season 2, that last fight was so fun in the school, and then it ends in a way where it's like,
oh, that was
holy
great.
Shit.
Yes.
Miguel falls off the fucking thing.
Yeah, season 2 had a really great ending.
Yeah.
Well, and you think about the season 3, the way Johnny helped Miguel get back on his feet and how much they bonded, and compare that to where this thing ends, where he's drifted away from Johnny Lawrence.
I think it's safe to say, maybe you guys, I don't think you guys disagree, but I'll say it. I think they haven't had a bad season.
No.
Which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
They've all had, if they've had any weak they've had seasons with like weak parts,
right?
But
right.
There's always something that redeems it.
Yeah, the cumulative is always the alchemy of it's always still there.
There's a few subplots that are they're weak, they're a little filler, whatever, but the whole thing together is so good. This whole epic fucking cheesy story works. It shouldn't work, but it does.
It's just so crazy because sometimes I feel like I'm in the Matrix or something because like, I'm like this, because like, who would have known, like, this movie that I really love, like that one of these movies from my childhood that I really loved, I feel like it's one of the movies that you need because it gives you so much, like, it gives you so many things to ponder in your own life. You can apply a lot of this, like, Eastern mysticism or whatever you want to call it to your life.
Yep,
like all of these quotes are so quotable. And now that they've created a show that somehow is very true and very, as I said, Ralph Macchio is constantly quoting Miyagi, sucking his dick like the whole time, I think that's one of the people from News from the Nation says that.
We'll read that comment.
It's in my subconscious now. I can't.
It's true though.
But like, he's like constantly like, quoting him. So it's very like reverential to that movie. And I think that's where its strength lies. That and the father-son relationships.
Yeah.
The core of it is so rock solid that you can dress it up with all the fucking silly shit you want, and it'll still.
It has that heart. It has that emotional heart in the middle, holding it together. Absolutely, and that's
you know what?
That's why
It's one of those things. I completely agree with that. It's like they distilled the formula from Karate Kid Part 1.
Yeah,
and like all the themes of it, and they decided we're going to completely change the format. We're going to completely change the tone. We're going to add new characters, but we're going to still inject it with that formula of that relationship and the relationships that matter. From those movies. And yeah, I mean, they're hitting it all the ballpark. I mean, it's like every time they do this, I'm like, I can't believe they're doing this. And then I look at things that are like trying to do similar things. Like No Way Home was a big success. But the thing I think of recently is that Ghostbusters movie, like where they tried to inject that nostalgia, but it kind of felt tacked on. And like, it felt like, oh, like this is the fan service part. Whereas this stuff, No Way Home, but especially this, like they do the fan service, but it's done in a way that's very like not tacked on. It feels organic to the story, albeit a little silly.
Yeah, they have their formula down, and it's still working. So I think they could squeeze another couple of seasons out of this.
Is it me that did they like really not use Pat Morita a lot in this season?
I think they're running out of Pat Morita clips.
I think they played all the Pat Morita clips by now. Like, unless you go to like him talking to Hilary Swank, I don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, I just really maybe they'll get to that. But I just really feel like without like Pat Morita and that whole character and the interplay in that first movie is just so like amazing. I would love to feel that a little bit more here.
Sure.
And I think they achieved it in the first couple seasons by interweaving Pat Morita, but they're probably running out. Like Imran said,
they don't have any more.
Well, there's also, as mentioned,
unless you pull clips from Happy Days, I don't know what you're gonna do.
Well, as on one of the most popular podcasts, Simmons, he's basically was saying like they need to stop with Danny always referencing Miyagi.
It got a little much, and it's like, why are you so close-minded? But that was the point. It was like, I forgot the most important lesson is do it your own way. Oh, the one last thing, the scene at the end when Robbie finally reconciles with Johnny and they hug at the dojo where it's empty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck. That got me. That was great.
Do we want to give it a number? Because I got a number for it.
Give it a number.
9 out of 10.
Yes. Oh. You know what? I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 as well. Fucking, it was amazing. It was by the time,
and that wouldn't have been the score I gave it as I was watching the first few episodes.
You were so invested in the final battles of the tournament. Like
not even the final battles, but just how the relationships are going to play out. That's the more important. The tournament's big, but you want to see how all the relationships will play out.
Ruggs, what would you give it?
I would say 8.5 because I think that the first season is a little better.
The first season's like a 10 out of 10. Come on, let's be honest.
I mean, I threw on the first season the other day. Just
you did?
Like, and there's a scene where Eli is in there like learning about, like he's like trying to learn Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm a little bit on the spectrum. And Johnny goes, I don't know what that is, but you got to get off of it right now.
That's so great.
And it was like, they've nailed him for so long. And it's unbelievable because I never thought I'd see that
great. I mean, he's the great. Look, he was so one-dimensional in the movie, and this is just. I never knew I would like him so much, like this fucking bully character.
I just want to hang out with Johnny Lawrence.
I do love him. I realized I really love bullies.
I mean, if you want to get like into maybe why he's like appealing to so many people, is because we don't see that kind of guy anymore.
Yeah,
like that guy, unless you're living in Brooklyn, apparently. But you don't see that kind of guy in popular media anymore. It's like that guy is like a relic from the past. Like he's literally like he got Captain America in the ice in the 80s and came back now.
And he can get away with saying all the shit you can't say anymore. But for some reason, he just gets away with it.
It's because it's the things that people kind of think.
Yes,
I think there's a lot of that
he's
stuff
saying
going on there.
what we're thinking. That's why we love.
I don't know.
Johnny
I feel
Lawrence.
like that they're in the writers' room and they're like, "What is the worst thing a guy could say? Let's make him say it." But then when I'm watching, I'm like, "That's not the worst thing a guy can say." First of all, but it is pretty fucking funny that he said it.
So I hope Johnny and Daniel remain friends. Like now they're buddies. Like
I don't know if they're buddies.
They respect each other.
They respect each other. There's things that they can learn from. The kids can learn from each of them.
Yeah, and it took the kids to open their eyes, which is also great. Okay, fucking great season. Let's do some news from the nation. It's time for news from the nation. It's time for news from the nation.
It stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
John Bellotti Jr., our admin in the group, loves a big Cobra Kai fan. He said, I liked it. It subverted expectations a bit. I was ready to throw in the towel on the whole show by episode 7, but by the end, they won me over.
That's bullshit.
It definitely felt like the second to last Hunger Games film where they are just setting up for the next and final season. I like how they have these 2-season kind of arcs, right? So I think that's working. Jamie Robinson, who is Mr. Throwback Thursday from the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast, he said, every time Daniel opens his mouth, I expect him to try to suck Mr. Miyagi's dick. It says, quote, if it wasn't for Mr. Miyagi, this Mr. Miyagi taught me that. Oh, that's what he said. If it wasn't for Mr. Miyagi, this Mr. Miyagi that. Yes, he did say that a lot. Nick Shev just writes all caps, Stingray, exclamation marks. I would love to see a little more Stingray. Maybe he'll be a big part in the next season. And then Blake Braden, also all caps, Hawk redemption. That was great. And then Rick Martinez says, I thought it was going to be Hillary Swank that Daniel was talking to in that final scene. No, it's Joseph.
I actually got one comment on Stingray.
Yeah.
They even added a little depth to that guy where he kind of already, you can see in this season, he kind of knows that he's a loser.
Yeah.
But Cobra Kai kind of gave him something.
Yeah.
So he's obviously willing to do anything.
Yeah.
But he's willing to throw the parties for these kids because he's finally found something that he can belong to.
Yeah.
Where that he can feel like cool.
Yeah.
So that's why by the end he gets his ass beat, but he's willing to do it because Cobra Kai is the only thing that ever's like made him something other than a loser.
I feel like next season we see him, he's going to be like one of his Terry Silver's right-hand men standing there or something. And he'll feel all important. But I didn't see that coming at all. When he showed up, I was like, oh, fuck, Stingray. I forgot about this guy.
Yeah.
And he just gets his ass kicked.
He was in that show with, what's his name? Frank Grillo.
Oh,
Kingdom.
Oh, he's a Frank Grillo connection.
He was fucking great in that show, too.
Frank Grillo. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, the whole cast is good.
This show needs Frank Grillo. What if Frank Grillo Frank Grillo is fucking the dad that's in Mexico?
Oh my God!
Oh, that would be the greatest thing. I would like blast off.
I was gonna say Rugby would rocket to the moon.
They've combined two of my favorite things. No, I think I mentioned when I was a kid, I took Taekwondo for like 6 months until I got bored. But I think it was because of the first Karate Kid movie. Because as you as a kid, you watch this, you're like, what? Wax on, wax off, paint up and down. I can learn karate that easily. Fucking great. Let's do this.
I could tell you a quick karate story.
Okay. Oh, you have a karate story.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like all charged up. I want to take karate. You know, I want to be like fucking karate. I want to be a ninja.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm going to karate. Sign me up for karate. So I show up to karate class, and guess where it is? It's at the school in a classroom with chairs pushed to the side.
Oh, God.
Like the desks.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not a dojo. Where's the fucking koi fish?
Oh, boy.
You know?
Where's the koi fish?
I'm waiting for some Asian dude to come out. And it's just some dude that looks like some dude with a beard. And his white guy. And he's like, I'm going to be your instructor. Blah, blah, blah. And so we start doing the kata, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, all right, now a couple of days pass, whatever, a couple of classes pass. And he's like, all right, it's time to spar. And I'm like, all right, this is the fucking shit. I'm ready to fucking start kicking some ass. And he's like, all right, come here, stand right here and go. And he goes, oh, your shoe's untied. I look down, bare feet.
Oh, God, did he get you?
And he just sweeps me on the floor.
Oh, God.
And I hit the linoleum. Like, boom.
That's a Cobra Kai move right there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And I was like, okay, this is not the karate class I signed up for. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
What was the lesson of that thing? Never listen to.
Don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot that doesn't know that he's not wearing shoes.
Doesn't remember you don't have shoes. Yes.
Did you ever take karate, Anthony?
I think after Karate, I don't think Karate Kid was the one that inspired me to think about doing it. I think it was Bloodsport that got me like.
Oh, the punch to the nuts got you.
Oh, there was Bloodsport in this too.
There was Bloodsport.
They were watching Bloodsport. That's right.
Yeah, but I never actually committed to. I didn't start doing martial arts until I was 18.
Oh,
yeah. But I was one of those where I was like, I want to. My dad did karate, and I was like, I want to do that. But yeah, like it's not as cool as you think. Like
No, it's not.
As you kind of said. Especially like the way the 80s portrayed karate, then like you would go to some strip mall and be this like 5x7 dojo with like 2 people there, and like everyone's like, it's just not as cool. Like you don't get to do the things you thought you were going to do.
Where's the fucking snake?
Yeah,
it takes a long time to get through those belt colors too. That's like a lot of work. It takes a long time.
I feel like they give those belt colors out to anybody.
Oh, and there were so many of them. There was like brown, purple, red, yellow. I was like, when do you get to the black? And they're like, there's 20 colors before you get there. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. No, I just remember, I wanted to learn karate because
You wanted to learn karate?
Yeah, because I didn't want, because I was getting picked on also because of the way I look with the vitiligo, and it was like, oh, I'm going to be like a badass. But then we just did like isometric fucking exercises and didn't actually learn any taekwondo, and I got bored.
Yeah. Well, I figured out I could fuck people up regardless of karate. And so it's like, I guess I don't need it.
Sweep the leg, Johnny. Oh, we didn't mention the big change to the All Valley tournament was that they added a skills competition. So,
oh yeah, they did like weapon stuff.
Yeah, they had that was kind of cool, I guess, breaking the boards and
nunchucks.
The way they showed that they were not hitting the boards and losing. All very well done. I also liked how they built like that platform in his yard, and they expanded the Miyagi-Do, and it was the drawings for Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, Eli came up with that.
Yeah, that was great. And then the fucking platform was cool. The phone on there.
Because you think
they needed that.
Because you think he grabs the sledgehammer, and you're like, oh shit,
he's gonna smash stuff.
He's gonna smash.
We didn't talk about the double knockout either. Oh my god!
Yeah, wait, what episode? Who knocked who
that
out?
That was Rocky 2.
Yeah,
they knock each other out.
That was Rocky too.
Who knocked each other out? I totally forgot about.
What are you talking about? You don't remember that?
No, was it when Danny and Johnny were fighting?
When they fight, they knock each other out.
At this thing, I know. I remember.
And then you guys started talking about that thing that they built. I just thought about the double knockout.
I remember the kick. They both jumped and kicked, and
they knock each other out, and then they go to they look at the phone and they see the replay, and Johnny goes, "Let's get another angle of that." And the guy goes,
like, "There's no other
angle."
Let me see the other angle. There's
there's one video.
There's one phone. See, that's where it's like cheesy funny, but it still works.
Well, you kind of they built up to the fact that you want to see a rematch, but then it's these 2 fucking 50-year-old men fighting each other.
Yeah. These guys are in their late 50s. This is not going to go well.
But it's funny.
But it's great.
And
you want to see
them.
Yeah,
you want to see it.
Hey, look, listen, Frank Grillo's 50, and he can kick your ass.
He's the perfect age to put in season 4 or 5. I mean, 5 or 6.
I think he's probably older than that now, right?
Yeah. All right, let's finish up with some what are we watching?
Did you watch anything, Imran?
I watched one thing that was pretty good. Basically, after Spider-Man No Way Home, I was craving more Andrew Garfield. And Garfield's having a phenomenal year. So I finally fired up on the Netflix Tick, Tick, Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Which is Lin-Manuel's directorial debut about the story of songwriter, musical writer, composer Jonathan Larson. So Tick, Tick, Boom is an actual play by John Larson that he put off Broadway. The movie is this adaptation of the play, but the play tells the story of him trying to write this musical a few years earlier, the year he turns 30. And there's a bunch of musical numbers in it, and Garfield's actually singing. And it looks like he was playing piano and he's doing a little bit of dancing.
He won a Golden Globe for this.
Yes, he is really good. This is a really good movie. Like, I enjoy learning about these musicals. The tragic thing you also learn, I mean, it's not a spoiler. It's out there. Jonathan Larson, after Tick, Tick, Boom, wrote Rent. He died the day Rent was going to open on Broadway before. He never saw it got to open. He was 35. And dies before it opens. But the movie is about him dealing with, being an artist and also trying to be a boyfriend to his girlfriend. And he has friends who are going down from the AIDS epidemic. And so he's trying to balance all this. And it's a great story about what you do, being a poor artist, making art, making it from your soul. And even though no one's going to see it, you still make the thing. So Andrew Garfield just won a Golden Globe for Best Actor. Did you know the Golden Globes were held last weekend? Not televised because they couldn't get any celebrities to show up. It happened yesterday, and they just announced the winners. I think the Globes are done. I don't know. It's kind of a joke award show anyways, but I thought that was interesting.
Globes. And
we know Andrew Garfield is a great actor because he had to lie about not being in Spider-Man No Way Home so many times over and over again, and people bought it. I think that's a good actor. He fucking pulled it off. Anthony sent this article. It was an interview with Andrew Garfield Ruggs. Did you read this article?
No.
It's good. I learned one interesting thing. He improv'd the "I love you guys" line in Spider-Man No Way Home.
I knew that.
I didn't know that. Did you know he also snuck in with Tobey Maguire to a screening of the movie?
I did know that, yeah.
Yes. Spider-Man No Way Home, by the way, now the 8th biggest movie worldwide. It has crossed $1.5 billion mark. It is now the 6th highest grossing domestic movie. It just passed Titanic at $668 million. The next movie is Avengers Infinity War. And I think it just needs another 10, 20 million to be in the top 5 highest grossing domestic movie ever. It's fucking crazy.
What's at the top? Avatar?
Avatar, right?
Probably. No, I think it's Force Awakens at 900 million.
No, with the domestic opening?
Let's see. Everywhere it says Star Wars. No, I think it's Star Wars Force Awakens.
That made the most money of any movie domestically?
Highest grossing films in the United States and Canada. It made $936 million domestically.
Wow.
Number 2 is Avengers Endgame.
Wow.
I remember Force Awakens was huge.
Then Avatar, then Black Panther, then Infinity War, and then Spider-Man No Way Home. So No Way Home is at 668. Infinity War is at 678. It just needs another 11.
That's just crazy. That's happening during COVID.
During COVID without China. That's fucking
domestic
nuts.
That doesn't matter.
Well, right, domestic, but 1.5 billion worldwide without China.
It's huge.
Also, it might hit 2 billion. I don't know. I think it could get into the top 5.
China.
Anthony, you watch anything? No.
Trying to think. No.
Okay, Ruggs, what did you watch?
I watched a bunch of movies. First movie I watched was Protégé, starring Maggie Q and Samuel L. Jackson and Michael Keaton.
Old ass Michael Keaton kicking ass in this. What is this about?
Yeah,
he's the protégé.
So Sam Jackson, he's a killer. He's an assassin. He goes on this job and he goes to kill people, and they're already dead. And he finds this young girl who had just killed everybody because they were going to rape her. And she got a hold of the gun and just went on a killing spree.
Whoa.
So he's like, all right, well, you seem like the perfect person for me to train. So he becomes her father and trains her to be the ultimate assassin. And they work as a team. And anyhow, long story short, Samuel L. Jackson gets attacked, and she's now out for revenge, looking for who did it. And Michael Keaton shows up as the assassin that's there to kind of find out what the fuck's going on and to kind of size her up. And they end up fighting a lot, and actually then they end up having sex. And so Maggie Q and Michael Keaton fuck.
Wow.
Yeah. There's this fight scene where they fight in an apartment and they're beating the shit out of each other, and then they're both on top of each other, and they're breathing heavy, and they're about to either choke each other out or whatever, and then they're let's just have sex and
fighting,
do
fucking, same energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're attracted to each other. They have this sexual chemistry.
How is the action good? This is a Martin Campbell movie director.
I thought it was. He does James Bond movies, right?
He directed Casino Royale. He also directed Ryan Reynolds and the Green Lantern. Also,
yeah. Wow, yeah. I enjoyed it. I don't think it's Red Notice. It's kind of like Red Notice.
Okay.
In terms of quality.
Yeah.
But it's good. I think I liked it. I thought it was fun.
He directed GoldenEye as well in the 90s.
I thought it was a fun movie.
Right.
If I don't know if it would have made any money. I don't think it would have. Anyway, then I went and watched a Netflix movie, which is Zone 414.
What is this one?
This is, I don't even know if it's the right name, but I think that's as close as I can remember.
I think you're right. Zone 414. Yeah.
Yeah. Zone 414. It's basically budget Blade Runner.
Okay.
So Guy Pearce is in it, and he gets sent to a zone that is strictly androids, and it's in the future, but it doesn't seem like it's in the future. And basically looking for a girl that went into the android zone. People go into the android zone to fuck androids, basically.
Okay.
Like Westworld.
Yeah, or like AI too. They had those.
Yeah, so they go. There's these androids that look just like humans. You can't tell at all until you like fucking chop them open. Then you can see that they're. But there's a whole like fucking like zone where people go in and they fuck whatever they do whatever they want, and then they come out. And nobody's hurt, blah blah blah. And this girl like ends up going in there, and some guy hires this guy to go look and find this girl. And I guess the rest of the movie unfolds.
Is it good?
It could have been great. It just falls short. It feels like that there's like a whole movie missing. Like they just scratched the surface of this. Like it could be cool as a series or something, but it didn't have enough budget, and they kind of like there wasn't even a mystery. If the setup to be a mystery, and then there's like no mystery. Like the guy finds the girl dead in like 5 minutes. So like, okay,
movie's over.
Yeah, movie over. Like, okay, we figured it out. And then the last one is Spencer, and that is Kristen Stewart's playing Lady Di.
Wow.
And it supposedly has this like great director. I don't remember who did it.
Pablo Larraín.
Yeah. And I had to turn it off about half hour in.
God. I heard she's getting some Oscar buzz for
It was
this.
one of the most pretentiously fucking annoying films I've ever seen.
Really?
It's literally her like really like overacting, pretending to like The Crown has a woman that plays Diana and does it so much better.
Yep, okay.
And so like, she's trying to be Diana so bad that it comes off as like unnatural. And I don't for a second believe that she's the mother of these two kids. I don't know who's nominating her for this. It's not that she was terrible. The English accent was perfect that she did and everything like that, but it's just her mannerisms were a little bit like it was too. It felt like, it didn't embody.
She's won a lot of
Princess Di
Best Actress awards from a lot of these, like the Chicago Indie Critics Award and other.
Yeah, I just couldn't even watch
places.
It. There was so much whisper acting.
Oh yeah, that's annoying.
Where like everything is in a whisper.
Kristen Stewart, like, she surprises me because I'll see her on an interview, like on a talk show, and she's boring as shit. And I'm like, really, this person? But then she hosted Saturday Night Live, and I got to tell you, all the sketches were really good. She surprised me. It was like a great episode. She was really funny, and I was like, oh. And so I heard.
I think that she has talent.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I just think that this one, for me, did not
the
work.
best showcase of her talent.
Other people loved it. Yeah. I did not. So there you go. That's what I watched.
And then the other thing is, I don't care about the royal family. I'm sorry. I can't. I know The Crown is supposed to be really good, but I just don't give a shit about the fucking royals.
You do learn a lot about the customs when you watch this movie, and it's kind of fucking freaky. But, like, I'll give you one. So when they go to Christmas, you got to weigh yourself.
Oh boy.
And then when Christmas is over, you got to weigh yourself, and you got to weigh at least 3 pounds more than you have to put on at least 3 to 4 pounds.
Oh, they want you to they want to fatten you up.
Yeah.
Why?
Weird.
Before you leave.
Or else what? What
That's
happens?
not even a challenge for me.
That's easy.
I do that every weekend. I did that in this show. I gained 3 pounds while we were
go to Jersey Mike's.
No problem.
And fucking I'll eat one giant sandwich, and it's like 5 pounds.
I was eating brownies this whole time. I got it. I can be a royal. No problem. I like that custom.
That is a good custom. I like that one.
Okay, well, let's last thing. Couple of things coming out this week. Just a couple of watch alerts. Superman and Lois is coming back.
Cool.
This week it'll be.
Is that a good show?
It is a good show. I'm excited for the return. It's amazing. Superman Clark trying to be a dad is really fun, and they do a really good job. The show has a lot of heart. Not only the day this show posts, of course, there'll be a new Boba Fett episode 3. Eternals comes out on Disney Plus the same day. So I still haven't watched
it.
I might rewatch that. I still haven't rewatched Shang-Chi. I've been meaning to go and watch that again.
I've seen it a couple times.
Oh, really? And then I want to watch Eternals again once it comes out on Disney Plus. That'll be interesting to see what people think once more people maybe get to see it, and maybe people's opinions change. But then the big thing, January 13th, the day after this show posts, Peacemaker debuts on HBO Max.
Oh, shit.
First, they're putting out 3 episodes. The first
gotta watch Peacemaker,
day.
right?
We're going to watch Peacemaker. This is what we'll do. We'll watch the first 3 episodes. We'll comment on it just briefly as we watch it. Then maybe we'll review the whole season when it ends. I don't know. What do you think? You think that works?
I think what we'll do is we should do the first 3, and then after the show's over, we'll decide if we want to keep reviewing it weekly or just wait till the end.
Okay, I like that. We'll see how it goes. James Gunn also said, you don't necessarily have to watch Suicide Squad to understand this. They will fill everyone in. But they put out a new trailer, and I just love this comedy and James Gunn's sensibility, and it's getting some pretty good reviews. So I'm excited for this silly-ass Peacemaker. Can't wait to see it. So all that's happening.
Should be good.
Should be good. That's it for this week, everyone. Ruggs, where can the listener find you online?
Oh, online. Okay.
Or in IRL.
I'm going into that zone with all the androids to get some
you're going to
Android.
Zone 414.
Yeah.
Getting some Android Strange? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, if you look there, that's where I'll be. But if not, I'll be on Twitter, where I won't be on Getter.
What's Getter?
Because you didn't hear about the whole Getter thing?
No. Is that
no? So everybody, all of the conservatives are going over to Getter because Twitter's banning people for spreading misinformation about the virus. But every time I hear the word Getter, I just think about that toy Getter Robo that I had when I was a kid.
Getter Robo and the other.
There's a real Getter Robo, Imran, not the one that we're talking about.
Not the one I made up, Ghetto Robo. No.
Yeah.
Ramadan and Ghetto Robo. Remember?
They fight each other. Yes, we know.
There's a DJ called Getter, so that's the first thing I thought of.
DJ Getter.
Oh,
Getter done.
No, it's not DJ Getter. You're that's so 80s of you.
You don't put DJs Getter in front of them. How do you know he's a DJ now? You got to have a DJ.
No,
you got to put MC in front of the rapper's name, and you put DJ in front. That's how you know he's the DJ. Right. I'm the rapper.
Yeah. Well, I'm on Twitter, not Getter, at Really Rug Boy. So look for me there.
You can find us on all the social medias. Check out the show notes for this episode, jockandnerd.com/417 for those links and how to sign up to Patreon and how to buy swag from our shop and get in touch. All that fun stuff on our website. Share the show, listener. Spread the geekery. Spread the Jock and Nerd empire of stupidity. Thanks for listening this week. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the Nerd.
We'll peep you next time.
I fucking loved it.
I really don't give a shit.
I stick it up my asshole.